That left Cather, Mayton, and Trey on stage. Cather moved closer to Mayton's side and took her hand. The warm, familiar touch gave her small comfort. Mayton grabbed Trey's large hand, damp with sweat. This might be the last time they stood together as friends. She swallowed her sadness and waited for her name to be called. Solus turned to them, hands outstretched, palms up. "These 3 initiates have been chosen to go on our quest." Mayton glanced over her shoulder, sure that she had missed someone, but the stage behind her was empty. There must be some kind of mistake. Tree singers don't go on quests. She glanced at her mother, who met her eyes. Mother's jaw was set in a manner Mayton had seen before, when her mother was giving birth and refused to cry out in pain. Her dad had tears streaming down his face, as did the twins and Taiwania. Taiwania? Crying for her? Oleaster's jaw looked like granite, but his eyes shone as he looked up at her. Only little Wolmy gazed at her with unabashed joy. A low murmur rose as the crowd shifted restlessly. Solus raised her hands for silence. "I know you are wondering," she began, "why a tree singer has been called to go on a quest, and why choose 3 so young." "Yes, why?" someone shouted. Mayton's hand started to raise on its own. She had to interrupt Solus, had to tell her she would most definitely not be going on this quest. "It is through our oldest and most gifted tree singer, Castanea," Solus said, gesturing at Mayton's mother, "that we became aware of the blight attacking our land. The trees have been our most reliable messengers and will, I dare say, continue to be so. Therefore, a tree singer is needed on this quest. Although Castanea was eager to join the quest, the council has decided against it. We need her leadership here at this time. She has nominated her daughter Mayton to take her place." Mayton stared down at her mother in shock. She didn't know what made her angrier, that her mother had volunteered to leave them and go off on some quest, leaving her family, with Mayton caring for the babies, no doubt, or that her mother had suggested Mayton go in her place. Their gazes locked. Her mother was trying to communicate something. Don't let me down? Don't embarrass me? Don't make them regret my decision? Mayton clenched her jaw until it ached. She couldn't go. She didn't know how to help. She only knew how to sing 3 of the 7 levels. But she would not let her mother see her knees shaking. "All our experienced questing teams are out gathering information about the blight. These 3 initiates come from families with excellent gifts in their callings. All 3 have completed their first 3 years of training with excellent marks. And, just as importantly, have been friends since birth. They know each other. They trust each other, which is a quality that can take questing teams years to develop." It felt strange to realize she had been discussed by the council, but not as strange as Solus's next words. "The king himself has requested our help immediately." Again, the crowd shifted and muttered. Mayton glanced at her friends, who looked as worried as she felt. Had the king ever requested the help of her clan before? Of any clans? Yes, he relied on their tribute and in exchange provided protection, laws, and order. But to ask for help, to personally request help. It chilled her bones to think their kingdom, which had always been strong and safe, had somehow become vulnerable. A shudder ran down her back as she suddenly understood why the twins had trekked all that way. They had come to say goodbye. Everything tumbled into place. Her father's sadness and her mother's avoidance. They'd known and hadn't told her.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.